Well, hello. This is a random video I thought I would make for you guys just because I had such inspiration the other day. I came out here to visit some family in Idaho, and I learned that the father of television, Philo T. Farnsworth, grew up on this very farm. Now, what's really interesting about Philo's story is that he invented the television when he was a young teenager. I mean, he had the idea of the first prototype when he was 14 years old. And when his family moved him out to this farm, and they moved into a little farmhouse, up in the attic were all of these old popular mechanics and popular science magazines that he fell in love with, and he became obsessed with the idea of an electronic television. And so as a young boy, he would plow the fields and work on the farm. And he was on the plow one day, and he realized that his horse, the plow horse, had memorized the pattern. You know, he knew left and right, turn around, go back. And all these little lines that you see in the field inspired him to build the first image dissector tube. So the idea of scan lines running across your screen started with divine inspiration from a plow horse. What? This guy was a genius. He invented the electron microscope. He invented the first incubator for babies. He invented the quick fade radar scope. You know, you see the World War II radar scopes, the green line going around, the little contacts bleeping and then fading. He invented that. This guy was a genius, and he grew up right here on this farm, had very little education, worked his way through some college classes by working as a janitor at Brigham Young University. He's a real inspiration. So we're going to go to the museum. I'm going to go take you guys to the Farnsworth Television and Pioneer History Museum here in Rigby. And we're going to take a look at some of the early prototypes that he was working with. And maybe we'll get a chance to see some of his personal effects and learn a little bit more about him.
Time was an evening in May. I wore the pale blue organdy you thought so gay. Life was a thing of eager spring.
Okay, this is super cool. So a lot of this stuff has obviously been...
This is a Philco barber pole television. It's not a Farnsworth. It was just donated last month. We got this one in from Montana.
Oh, wow. It's beautiful. It's like it's like something you see in the Jetsons or something.
Yeah.
It's like the way they designed these products back then was beautiful.
Space inspired or whatever you think. Yeah.
Wow. And then you guys get these other things donated.
Yeah, from the TV station, of course.
Cool. That's an old camera, and I saw that RCA TV in the back.
Oh yeah.
It's like a giant box with a little TV on top.
Yeah. Out came from the TV station, I assume.
And what is...
And the projector, even pretty cool too, I think.
Oh yeah. What is that thing?
It must be their sound control or something, maybe? I'm not
Oh,
sure.
I see. It says RCA at the bottom.
Yeah. It's kind of sacrilegious to have an RCA, something RCA even with Farnsworth.
He totally...
It really is, you know?
Is that his hat?
It is, and his glasses there too, yeah. His wife brought those when she came.
Wow.
His violin too over here.
His hat. And those are his glasses. Long's Television Laboratories Limited Journal. These, oh, I haven't even seen this model before. 1940. Right, Cape Heart Deluxe.
And Farnsworth, they teamed up. Cape Heart made radios. That's what they started out in radios, and he teamed up with them and just to get some donation, I guess, or some funding, I guess, you know.
Man, even on these old TVs, they had tuning, bass and treble control.
Isn't that crazy?
Phono and television, AM, FM, tuning channel selector. Man, the beautiful design of this stuff.
The cabinetry is just amazing.
Wow. Oh, this is beautiful.
That's a different model of the same TV.
Okay.
Tabletop and then floor model. Yeah.
I see. Well, the tabletop is the way to go.
Yeah.
And this antenna,
yeah.
I mean, it's super cool. And I did notice these two sections here, I guess, looks like, what, one of his earliest
prototypes? This was from a different collection, actually. This came from a gentleman by the name of Clayton Washburn. He called us up before he getting his affairs in order. It's like, I'm living much longer, I'm going to get my affairs in order, but I'll donate this stuff to your museum because it has Farnsworth tubes in it.
Wow.
He used his tubes in his inventions, and he had something to do with inventing the Xerox machine, copy machine.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this one's...
And that was one of our earliest image dissector tubes.
Image dissector tube. Okay. So this is a Farnsworth.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. Oh, super cool. Whoa. It's like a car engine.
Yeah.
Tube. Wow. Tube location. Oh, that's cool. There's a little dog in there. Man. Back in the day when you could just swap out a component.
Yeah. The tubes, you just pop them out like that.
Wow. Yeah, I don't even recognize any object. Yeah. Maybe a transformer that kind of looks like a transformer, but like it's just nothing familiar.
Yeah.
The tube come right up against the wood and then screen.
Imagine the whole family gathered around that too.
Yeah.
And then Smithsonian, they said that his kids recorded over most of his voice.
So that's his. Is it the Fusor? Was that what he called the fusion? So he was working on cold fusion, and then why didn't he keep working on it?
He passed away.
Okay. Wow. That's amazing. I mean, it looks so super cool.
Yeah.
Mm. Wow. That's so awesome.
You can see here there's 3 and 11 and 8. Must be like a firing order. 4, 12, 5. Isn't that cool? Wow. It's beyond me. I don't understand it a lot, but
yeah, he was a genius. Who knows what he was what he saw in his head. If you find yourself in southeast Idaho, make sure you get to Rigby, Idaho, and visit the Farnsworth TV Pioneer Museum. It's a real gem, and they have people donating objects of television history to them every week. And they need fundraising. They need funds, and they need help, and they need eyeballs. So I just wanted to give them a shout out for keeping the memory of Farnsworth and that great American genius alive. This might sound a little too philosophical for this channel, but hear me out. As I was reading about Farnsworth and about the invention of the television and the transformation of American society after the introduction of such a revolutionary, world-changing technology, I realized that there was quite a panic. There were a lot of people in this country, including people in the government, that were concerned about the power of this technology and how it would influence their children and their families and their lives. People were concerned about the homogenization of American culture so that people, communities like Rigby, Idaho, and by the way, Idaho has a beautiful and very unique culture, many different pockets of cultures here. And a lot of the locals were concerned that their children were listening to radio shows and were watching TV shows that were all produced in the Northeast and the LA, and they were concerned about the cultural impact on their communities. And I think that that's something to think about. I feel like we're all witnessing an incredible moment in invention and technology evolving and changing human society. And so coming out here and listening and reading about Farnsworth life and what it must have been like to experience the early 20th century with people experimenting with electricity and radio and television and all these fantastic machines, and how exciting it must have been for a young inventor like Farnsworth. So anyway, I hope this was helpful. If you get a chance, read about Farnsworth. I gotta say, RCA took a little bit of the spotlight, but a humble and very kind farm boy from Rigby, Idaho changed the world with a simple invention inspired by a potato field.